All right, welcome back. We are on plot number 1 of the self-care garden, which is self-love. So, might as well start off with a definition of self-love. There's lots of definitions out there, but here's the one that I personally feel called to represent. It's the idea that self-love is the unconditional state of loving awareness towards oneself, specifically in the face of our shadow self, our shadow aspects, our flaws, our foibles, or whatever it is in our life that we don't like about ourselves. It is still loving and accepting ourselves regardless of those aspects. That's what self-love is to me. And it doesn't mean that we always love what we do, we like what we have done or what we are doing currently, but having self-love means at the end of the day, we still love and accept ourselves despite our experience in the moment. Now, continuing this discussion, now that we've given a little definition of self-love for everyone out there, why is it important? One of the main reasons self-love is important, specifically in terms of self-care, is that self-love, you could say, is the fertilizer for our self-care garden. Because if the soil is barren of nutrients and it's barren of the required minerals for our garden, then there's an upper limit that we will be able to get to with our self-care practices. Now, conversely, if the soil from our acceptance and love for ourselves is full of nutrients and vibrant and full of all the necessary minerals, then our self-care practice has no limit, because it's not limited by how we feel about ourselves. And sometimes with self-care, our self-love and acceptance can come in conflict with our self-love, because we get down on ourselves. We think, oh, I should be taking care of myself better. What's wrong with me? And we go down that rabbit hole, which is not the best course of action, let me just advise you. When we come face to face with the issues that maybe we perpetuated with our bad habits, poor nutrition, toxic relationships or what have you, we need to infuse that with more acceptance and more love, not being mean to ourselves, not berating ourselves for our mistakes and transgressions in the past. So this is why self-love is extremely important for self-care. Arguably the most important thing, and that's why I put it as the first plot of our self-care garden. But that's my perspective. I mean, I am a trained social worker, but it is my perspective. So I want you to take a moment, whenever you have a chance, to write down why you think self-love is important. Okay, now we're going to move on to plot number 2, which is the physical body.